Hey there! Welcome to Above the Noise with the Profitability Pathmaker. I'm Christy Wilson, your host, friend, and guide on this exciting journey we're about to embark on together. If you've got big dreams of scaling your business, innovating like a pro, and creating a personal brand that sticks, well, you're in exactly the right place. As someone who's navigated the highs and lows of business growth, I'm here to share not just my insights, but also wisdom from the forefront of entrepreneurship and innovation. From the essentials of starting small to the complexities of venture capital, tech advancements, and the art of personal branding, we're diving deep into what it really takes to stand out and succeed in today's fast-paced world. This podcast is for the bold and the ambitious, from startup founders to C-level executives looking to elevate their business. So join us as we explore actionable strategies, practical tips, and real-world success stories designed to inspire and empower you. So grab your favorite cup of coffee and let's cut through the noise together. It's time to make your business not just seen, but truly memorable. Are you ready to dive in? Let's go. Hello, and welcome back to Above the Noise with Josh and Christy.
For the time, we were actually muted last time.
We were muted the first take, and we didn't realize it for the first 6 or 7 minutes. We were talking. So here we are. We're actually here this time. Hopefully you can hear us. Today we are actually going to be doing a continuation of our last episode, which was the $1 million question: when and who to hire for your small business. And we get asked a lot of questions surrounding that topic. And so what we're doing is just going through a lot of the top questions that we receive and hopefully providing some experience and insights from our time of needing to hire, from my time in corporate where I ran talent acquisition and built small business up from little to very large teams in preparation for acquisition. So I have a lot of experience around hiring, when to hire, when to open the requisition, what to put in the job description, how to interview, who to hire, onboarding. And I've now, as a business owner myself for the last 10 years, I've been able to also look at it from a business owner point of view. And so we have a lot of experience, and we're going to just share our answers to your common questions, and hopefully it helps you out. So jumping into part 2 of that $1 million question, one of the frequent questions people ask me when I'm on podcasts actually is, how do you move forward and make all these decisions knowing that people's livelihood is, in your responsibility? It's within your hands. You're responsible for their paycheck, for the longevity of that position. And I would say that exact reason, knowing that is my responsibility, is what allows me to make a swift, data-driven decision for the most part, right? I look at the situation as a whole and I say, how is this going to affect this individual team member? And how is it going to affect all of the individuals that are on our team? How's it going to affect our business in the long run? And what does that mean for not just our team currently, but how do we also then move into providing additional opportunities for others and be able to continue our mission of partnering with Voc Rehab, of partnering with other organizations to bring on individuals into an opportunity of career growth for them. And so that is what I think about. I first think of that and I think, wow, I'm responsible, so I better be making the best decision I can with everyone in mind, including the business itself, because it supports all of those paychecks. Number 2, I'm really transparent, or I try to be very transparent when I bring somebody on, right? So just being able to share, these are the challenges we're facing, and these are the challenges within this role. Here's where we're excelling. Here's the opportunity in front of us. Here is exactly what to expect. And when I'm setting those expectations clearly and I'm explaining challenges, that really provides them with the preparation needed to ensure that this position aligns with what they're looking for, therefore reducing the chance of turnover. Again, our attrition rate's been historically less than 1%. That's been the case for me in corporate. And, it's important to me that we are building a long-term team. We're building a family that we're going to be able to help support for many years to come. So the other thing is providing a supportive and good training environment, right? You're onboarding someone, providing the support they need, providing the mentorship, providing the instruction, providing them the training, providing them the collaboration within the team that they require in order to do what they do best, right? Clear communication, also listening to what tools they need. And that doesn't mean to go out and chase every shiny new platform, every tool, but looking at what tools they need to be effective at what they're good at. And then just remembering that everything is a partnership, right? The big thing I see, or the big mistake I see a lot of our clients make before we come in, is that they hire someone really amazing at what they do, right? And that's fantastic. But then they micromanage them, or they don't provide the direction. That's okay. You want to provide the direction and you want to provide the vision, communicate that, and then motivate them to take the steps necessary to further the goals to reach that vision. But they micromanage the everyday and, well, we've always done it this way, so let's just switch here. That's the problem. We've always done it that way. And if what you were doing was going to work, it already would have worked. So the whole reason you're bringing someone in, you have to remember that, is that you're bringing them in for their perspective, their skills. Hopefully you've hired someone who is better than you at that particular skill, at that particular role. And so you want to surround yourself with people that are better than you in all the areas you're weak in. And from there, you then want to let go. And what does that mean? Just let them go on their own? No, you're going to provide support. You're going to provide direction, but you're going to let them do their thing. You're going to let them excel at what they're good at, what they're better than you at. And you're going to allow them the freedom to make decisions. You're going to empower them to be able to take things on themselves and take responsibility, because when they feel they have a true hand and they have a say in where we're going in order to reach that vision, they're now in. They're in. They're part of it. It's important to them, and they're going to do what they do best. They're going to excel at it. So, again, being able to let go and let them do their thing, and that leads into
delegation.
Again.
I literally, our offices, our desks are back to back. And I literally leaned underneath my monitor, looked over at Christy and said, "You'd be proud of me. I delegated something today." And yeah, I'm not good at that.
I am the delegator, but it took me years to get there. So when I was young and I was the doer of all and the hat wearer of every hat, and I used to think it was like this badge of honor, like I did it. And I was, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, which that's one of my struggles, that I always have to look at and remember progress over perfection. But you cannot scale if you're doing it all yourself. So I'm doing all these things and I'm thinking, look at me go. But in reality, when I really excelled, right, is when I stepped into a place where I brought in a team under me and really worked with them to nurture their skills.
Time after time, the biggest growth we see in the IT business has been when I quit doing something else and bring somebody in to take that piece of it. And sure, there's a short period of time where you have to train them and you're back and forth, and hiring is never easy to train something, but consistently we get bigger faster when we bring people on to specialize in their areas.
Very true. Like I said, you hire people that are smarter than you at that particular thing. We all have our strengths. So you want to complement each other within a team, right? I always say that it is one musical sound, but it's a whole bunch of diverse notes that make up that really nice harmony or that sound. And so you want people that complement each other. You want people that are way smarter than you at the things that you are not as good at. and you want to let them go do their thing, excel, and provide them with the support to continue to grow and do even better at that thing. And you want all those perspectives, because a lot of times, even though you're setting the vision and you're setting the direction, or stating the vision, you're communicating the vision and setting the direction, the other perspectives that I gain in a particular area are invaluable. It actually, allows me to make a confident decision, knowing that I have other people that are experts in all these areas I'm not, and that all weighs in that decision making process in moving forward. So, the big thing on letting go is really, like Josh said, it was the realization, the light bulb moment back in the corporate world, when one day it was like holding on to things so tightly was actually what was keeping us stuck from moving forward. It was a bottleneck. And so I really had to realize that if we wanted to grow as a division, as an organization, I needed to trust my team with what I value most, which was the quality for our clients, which was the production and getting it done, and all those things. So the other thing is, your team members are not going to be able to grow and excel. You're actually doing them a disservice. People think, oh, got to go tell them they have to take on this role now and add to it. In most cases, that is not how they're looking at it. They're actually feeling like you don't trust them, is why you're not giving them that piece. Now, I'm not saying to overwhelm someone and give them 80 hours of work, a week. Not that. I'm saying to go to someone and say, I trust you. I'm empowering you to take this on. It's yours. You're the expert here, and I want you to guide this and guide the team here to do this. That really builds a lot of confidence within that individual. It really helps them to grow in that position and in their skills. And it also allows them, or provides them with momentum to push forward and be like, yeah, because you take pride in what you do. Most people, they take pride in what they do when they own it. This is mine. This is what I'm doing. And I have this opportunity to go any direction with it. And when they have that, they feel empowered. And that's where you really see your teams excel and move in all these directions. Again, all these diverse notes working together to form one harmony. So that is a big thing. Still set your clear expectations. That's a big thing. And then trust and let go. Stepping back is the hardest part. Remind yourself, look, I hired people smarter than me for a reason in this area. They're amazing. Let them do their thing. They're going to bring fresh perspective, fresh energy, the skills, and make everything better. So letting go doesn't mean losing control. It means empowering your team and allowing your business to grow in ways that it would not have if you were doing it alone. So trust others so you can focus on growing the business, so you can focus on doing the things that matter.
So you've made a few mentions of the vocational rehab program and some partnering that you've done over the years, but I don't know that you've actually talked about that on here. So you might want to kind of explain that quickly for people.
So I think a lot of people know, but back even in the corporate world, my passion was really working, going state to state and speaking at conferences and training state organizations, including Voc Rehab, on how to really coach individuals within the program and how to partner with employers to offer really great career opportunities to individuals that just might need a specific setup for their situation, whatever it is. So I am an individual who has a lifelong genetic condition. I was born with it. I've talked about it many times. It impacts every aspect of my life. However, I know that because of that, it's helped make me the problem solver I am, the adaptable person I am, the resilient person I am. And so it's the same for many of us with disabilities. And so by creating partnerships with vocational rehabilitation and other organizations in the community to provide career opportunities for people that just have challenges in general, everybody has challenges. So challenges in general, whether it's a disability, whether you just need a hand held out to kind of help you get on your feet after a tough time, maybe you need to get into a place, a new place, or you need to leave the situation you're in. We partner with those programs and with those agencies in order to provide great career opportunities. And it's a win-win. So our attrition rate's less than 1%. So what happens? They become knowledge experts and extensions of our client. They're here for the long haul. So they know the client's business inside and out. They know it more than some of the employees that are there. And they're committed. I mean, the client's success is their success. I mean, it's one and the same. And so it's a win for our clients. In addition, it provides a fantastic career growth opportunity, not a job, a career opportunity to be able to move into other positions, to be promoted into leadership if they want to go that route, to learn new skills and be promoted into other positions, even if it's not leadership they want to go. I mean, leadership isn't really a position. Leadership is you're either a leader or you're not. It doesn't matter a title, but move into other roles that allow them to really explore things that they didn't have that opportunity to do before. So it is a win-win. And it's a passion of mine. And so we do that. And what I would encourage you to do is to find your unique way or your unique work model, right? What works for you? Is that partnering with Voc Rehab and creating a program like we have? Is that partnering with somebody else? Maybe you are, for example, we have the med spa, partner with cosmetology schools and really work to bring in interns and help train other individuals wanting to move into this career. Whether it's partnering with coding schools or programming schools or these different computer program or computer training skills. I'm not a computer person, but finding or creating partnerships with organizations, with schools, with training programs. That's actually a hack that I teach people is when they don't know where to start, we just list this blindly on Indeed or something. Instead of doing that, you can go out and partner with some of these other schools or training programs or even state agencies like we do and find what works for you, your unique work model or blend thereof. And that's going to help you to be able to source talent that you wouldn't have been able to get otherwise, and also build a relationship there. And you can work with the schools, you can work with the training programs, you can work with Voc Rehab to really understand your needs as a business, what it is you do. And so they're already coming in with that background knowledge, and it actually takes a little bit of that piece off of the onboarding and really make sure that it is a solid fit. It's going to be something that aligns with the culture because they know what your culture is. They know kind of your who you're looking for and what your mission is. So anyhow, for me, it's a win-win, and it really fuels my passion for providing opportunities to individuals that with disabilities like myself. It's already tough enough, and some of us have different challenges around certain things, but we're able to really leverage some of our other challenges by being provided with an opportunity to grow and to move into that. So it's a win-win for everyone.
So you've talked about a lot of the advice you've received for building a team. I'm going to cheat a little bit here. You always say that the best advice you've received is hire somebody smarter than you. But beyond that, you've said that already. When people are looking a lot of times, just when they're making that first decision or deciding if they're going to hire somebody, they really just want to have kind of a handful of, check these kind of bullet points out, if you will.
Yeah. So building a team, again, it's going back to its culture over skills in most cases. again, please don't hire a surgeon because, if we're not skill level, I kind of want a skilled surgeon working on me. But there, things that don't require specific certifications and such, you can train skills, you can mentor, you can develop as long as they have the aptitude to learn. So really finding the right individual. Again, Josh hit the nail on the head. Hiring people smarter than you, better than you at areas that you are weaker in, especially, or that the team's weaker in, that fill a gap within the organization. I always say, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room, right? You can't learn with that. You can't grow. And the same is true for your business. You can't grow a business if you don't have people that are better than you at certain skills. And a lot of times, I found that you'll have a manager who is afraid to hire someone who's better than them at a certain thing. It's like intimidating.
Nobody wants to hire their replacement.
But that's not how you should look at it. In fact, it should be a compliment to the team. It should be going where that division couldn't go before, right? And being able to, as a leader, provide them with the support to outshine you, because that's why you hired them. You hired them for that reason.
I don't normally say things like this, but I'm actually going to support Christy and say that that's where that culture comes in. Because if you've got a manager who's afraid to hire somebody because they think they might be hiring their replacement way better than them, then you haven't done a very good job of creating that environment in the first place, because they shouldn't feel that, if my manager hires a shift manager and she's like, man, this chick's good, she's going to replace me, that should be viewed, like Christy said, as an opportunity to train the next person so that we can all grow and, open another restaurant or something. But
right. That your team members should not feel that there is that threat to their position. I hope that our team members, they feel like it's great, because that's going to take so much off my plate. And now I'm going to be able to move over here because Josh and Christy are going to be able to open this next restaurant over here. And I'm now going to move into launching over here. Or we've had GMs that have moved into directorship positions who are going to oversee numerous restaurants, and kind of growing that. So they should always be looking at their next steps, not looking behind at, oh my gosh, if they can do what I can do, then they're going to replace me. That really shouldn't cross their mind. So you want to make sure that your team feels secure in that. And that is why it's so important to ensure you're communicating the vision, right? That the individual that we moved into that role, she doesn't feel threatened. She's like, yes, she's calling us. She's like, oh my gosh, they're so good at this. They're so good at this. They're so good at this. And they're excited about it because they're like, yeah, they're looking forward I know the vision is to build even more around this. And I'm going to be able to step into a roll up above where I am in 2 years because we're bringing this foundation in that we're building. And so, if your team members are not looking at it like that, then you need to reevaluate your culture and the messaging and the vision. You need to ensure that everyone is working toward that same dream, that same vision. Big picture, your role as a leader is not to get lost down in the details. It is to hire people better than you, let them do their job and support them, build them up, give them everything they need to continue to excel, so that you all excel as a team, as a company. Surround yourself who challenge yourself in the business too. You want to be challenged. You want to keep moving forward. You want really smart people. And you're like, yeah, that's great. Let them weigh in on these decisions, help you to make the decision. And it just gives you, more power. It doesn't take away what you have. It just empowers everyone and gives you more. It gives you more strength as a group, and it gives you better insights and greater experience and perspective that can weigh into making a better decision or growing something a better way. So that's really how you build a great business. You build a great team and they build a great business.
So I'm always trying to get to the Cliff's Note version of this, if you will. So yes, this is a loaded question, and yes, you're going to be in trouble with it. So you're going to hire somebody, but you've got one question. That's it. You get one question. You get 2 minutes with this person. What's your biggest deciding factor on whether you like this person or not?
I only get one question.
You get one question
in the interview.
2 minutes.
So honestly, what I would do is if I only had one question in an interview, I would not recommend, by the way, I would ask a few, you kind of want to get that. And it depends on the role.
You're going to get one question and that one question is going to weigh the heaviest.
And it's going to weigh the heaviest. I'm actually going to take a current situation we have within the business and I'm going to give it to them. And I'm going to say, okay, how would you handle this? It's something that's going on right now. It's something that maybe they would be taking over, maybe something they would be doing. I understand that. I also consider and understand that they don't know our business inside and out yet. They haven't grown within it. So, but I'm still going to give them that question and say, like, for example, if I'm hiring a marketing assistant or somebody within marketing, I'm going to say, hey, I want you to go look at my account over here, or I'm going to have you look at this client's account if they've given permission. And I'm going to say, all right, what would your next post be on this based on what you've seen from the last week or two? What would you change about what we've done in the last few weeks? And show me an example of what you would post. I'm going to ask them for real life, show me, demonstrate it right now. And what that allows me to do is a couple of things. Number one, it allows me to evaluate how well they work under pressure. A lot of people can say a lot of really good things. They can talk a good game, but when it comes down to it, they get in there and they're like, oh, I don't actually do that. Well, I've never really done that. So I don't mind if they've not done it. What I mind is that they're saying I've done all these things. So when I'm preparing, I'm bringing someone in and setting up for training on the other pieces. And now it's like, oh, this, we got to do everything all over again, or this isn't what I was looking for, or, so.
This is reminding me of the video we watched on, was it the food court TV, the food TV? This girl comes up. Yeah, Food Network. The girl comes up and she's chopping the onions. And I don't think it was Chef Ramsay, but one of those. He's just looking at it. You can see this look of concern on his face. And finally, he just walks over and takes the plastic off the knife and hands it back to her, just like,
what do you do? Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So that's what you got to do. Hand them the knife. Let's see what they do with it. Can you chop the onions? I mean, that's really what it is. You have them come in, and it doesn't have to be some huge project that's going to take 10 hours. I'm talking a few minutes. Let them demonstrate for you right there on the spot. Don't tell them it's coming. And I'm not saying ambush and make somebody sweating under pressure. Make them comfortable, but really allow them an opportunity to demonstrate their perspective on it, their skills, their experience. It allows you to see, can they think on their feet? It allows you, like in our culture, it is kind of a culture of, we kind of go and we just jump into different projects. And we have clients, especially in the marketing, in the IT, in the sales arena, in the coaching arena, where it's basically they don't know what they're looking for, or they change their mind a lot. They have to be able to transition. Let's go. So let's see how they do it on the spot.
And I've hired truck drivers at the IT company. So, it's not about, like you said earlier, it's not about necessarily the skills. It's about the background, and can you teach them the things you want? So.
Yeah, and you don't have to know. I mean, it's not like, oh, that's it. They didn't get a perfect score. They do exactly like I would. I want to see what they would do. I want to be able to see, too, who they are and how they think and what that's going to bring to the table. What skills do they have that can complement mine? What perspectives do they have outside of mine? I genuinely want to know. Are you able to be resourceful? Are you able to problem solve right there and talk through it? And how does your brain work? And that's going to help me also when they do come on board to be able to support them in the necessary manner. How do they think? Well, I know that I can kind of see a little sample of that, so I know how to support them. And I know what their challenges are. I know what their strengths are. And so you should really know your team inside and out. So that would be the question I'd ask.
It's not bad. So what's the weirdest, what's the strangest decision you've ever made in the hiring process that actually, and did it go good or bad, but what was it and how did it go?
We've had a lot of out of the mold, if you will, hires, like Josh said. I mean, if we have someone transitioning from truck driving to IT now, they have a little bit of technical background. They have that aptitude to learn. So that's the biggest thing for me. I have had, neuroscientists come on and work in marketing with us, which actually is a good thing. You kind of understand how people think and how it works, and it translates over. Working with Voc Rehab, one of the most amazing aspects of that partnership is that I meet so many people across so many diverse industries because they have all this experience from maybe before now in life. And now they're looking to transition. And what's great is being able to see how that ability to learn, and how that experience actually helps them in the new position, how that translates over, and how having that diverse background actually benefits us and our clients. So I would say weirdest, I don't know about weirdest one, but I can tell you that I have hired very few people that's what they've done their whole life. I mean, if we look at it, truly, we have a handful of people that is their specialty. That's what they've done. And that's great. They continue to do that. But the majority of people that we have hired in any of our organizations have actually come from a completely different background. And so I found that's beneficial. And like I said, I feel we're very successful in that we have less than a 1% attrition rate. Our clients, we have, again, less than a 1% attrition rate with our clients in our organizations. We get a lot of kudos from clients, customers, a lot of great results, because really, what are they looking for? I don't care if it's a customer at the restaurant, if it's a coaching client, an IT client, marketing, they want the outcome. They want the transformation, the results. They don't care about anything else. To an extent, but really they want that outcome, right? So if we're able to use all that experience and that diversity, and really provide a unique experience for our clients, a really boutique VIP experience, and be able to bring in some of that past experience to help them where they are now. So I'd say I don't know about one single weirdest one. We really have an extremely diverse team.
Don't be afraid to try something that's a little bit unorthodox. I mean, don't go crazy out there, but we've hired people that lasted, I think the record was 12 minutes. We hired somebody at the restaurant, and we asked him to deliver food to the plate, to one of the tables a few minutes later. And he was like, well, I don't do that. And my manager just looked at him like, excuse me, what?
So, yeah.
So don't be, I guess, Christy does, she's much more experienced at hiring than I have, but don't be afraid to go with that feeling and try something. And, and if it doesn't work out, change. And I think Christy has a really good saying she says earlier, and I don't remember it right now, but sometimes you try something that doesn't work, don't be afraid to pivot. Go someplace else. You've got to work with that. You can't, I call it analysis paralysis. Don't let the fear of making the wrong decision sit you there and not make any decision at all. That can be a bigger problem.
So I don't want to use the famous phrase. I don't know who said it. I don't know if it was Gary Vee. I don't know who said it. It was like, hire fast, fire fast. I'm all about the hire fast. When you've done your due diligence, it makes sense. And when you have found the right person, hire fast, don't wait. But I disagree with the fire fast. Now, what he meant by that was go ahead and remove someone from a position that isn't going to be able to fulfill the duties. However, if you are going through the hiring process properly in the first place, right, and you're hiring the right people, you really shouldn't have to be firing fast all these people, right?
Who doesn't understand how to use a cash register, and okay, you've got a problem, but
let's find out what they can do.
Right.
Where can we transition them? And I know you're saying, well, if I'm a solopreneur, I just need one person. It doesn't always work. You're right. It doesn't always work. And sometimes you do have to pivot. Don't be afraid to make the decision and pivot if you have to. However, I've found that 99% of the time, there is a match somewhere, or unless you've really not done a good job at the hiring process, then it is what it is. Then yes, but please don't keep somebody in a spot where they're struggling too, because it's very demoralizing, and you're not going to be able to be successful when they're not confident in what they're doing and they're not producing the results, and you're going to lose clients. So I'm not saying keep someone on that is not performing. However, what I'm saying is if you go through the interviewing and hiring process and then training and onboarding process properly, you really shouldn't have this huge turnover rate for the most part.
All right. And I think we got time for one more. We're kind of already over time here, but when you're looking at your teams and you're trying to grow those people, what's the easy way? What's the cheat code, the simple way? When you're looking for that next manager, that next promotion, what are you watching for?
So I'm looking for leadership skills, right? And again, we talked about leadership isn't a title; it's not a role. It's a way of doing things. Leadership is the ability to inspire a team and then motivate them to take the actions that allow you to fulfill the goals to reach your dream or your vision. And so, and being able to communicate that vision to them so that they are a part of that, drawing them in and giving them what they need to do their thing. So some of the early signs are going to be being able to support other people. When you see someone who's providing support to others and they're leading already within their position, because you can lead from any title.
That's my cheat code. When you see somebody who's helping somebody else, and I don't mean like picking up the basket for them. I mean, when you see somebody who notices that somebody else could use a little guidance and they're just, no, I do it like this. And then they go back to what they were doing. That's my cheat code.
I would say when I see them able to motivate others, when I see them able to go to someone and not just do it for them or say, this is what you should be doing, but truly be able to work with them, connect with them on a personal level, and then be able to motivate them to do that a different way next time. That to me is a huge early sign of a leader. That's an emerging leader within the company. And what I like to then do is start nurturing that. Let's start nurturing that. Let's encourage it. Let's take that and use that and give them more responsibility. Reward them with more responsibility. And people are like, I don't want to ask them to do that. I don't want. Most people, if they are a true leader, like I know, I want to be provided with opportunities to be challenged, to move forward, to do it even better this way, be able to create something and take us toward that vision. So I would say absolutely that is the biggest thing I look for when I'm looking for someone to promote or in leadership. And another thing I'm going to do for everyone here is, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're not, go to our YouTube channel, The Profitability Pathmaker. But go to our YouTube channel, and on this video, I will drop a link in the comments. No, not in the comment, in the description, to a free little resource. Mention you want the resource for the top or the first 5 positions that I would hire for as a small business owner. I put a little thing together. It's just the top 5 that are most common for most small businesses in this order. This is the top 5 I would hire in the beginning. Now, not all at once, obviously, if you can't sustain that financially, but just understanding that these are the 5 key roles that I see helping you to scale your business quicker. That's what I normally say when I go into a client. Again, it's customized to their business, so it depends. But for most businesses, on average, these are the 5 first positions that I would hire. The first 5, let me just rephrase that. First 5 positions I would hire in a small business. So if you don't follow us on YouTube or you're not subscribed to our channel, subscribe to the Profitability Pathmaker, go watch the video, and either send a DM or grab the link in the description, and it's yours free. So that's that. We are going to wrap up for today. We've been talking a while. Our next episode is actually going to start into a series on sales. Everybody hates that. When I talk to my clients and I ask them, what is the biggest struggle? I'm telling you, 80% or more say finding the right customers, getting more customers, our selling process, closing the deal, getting people to take the offer, increasing our sales in general if it's B2C. But either way, we're going to start talking through different pieces of sales. And we're going to talk about the fact that sales shouldn't be looked at as sales. Right? Sales is an opportunity that you're extending to others. And if your marketing is working right, it's working as the magnet, bringing your people to you. You're there bringing your ideal customers to you.
Say that marketing magnet business. We need to get
marketing magnet. I know.
I knew she would say.
I know. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. We should do that for next time. We'll get a thing that says, I knew she'd say that. I want one too, just in case, so I can point the arrow. So we'll get arrows before the next time. And we will start diving into how to attract your ideal client, and then move into then how to close the deal, how to get more clients, get more customers. Big burning question from most of our clients. All right. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep leading. We will see you next time on Above the Noise.
And that wraps up another empowering episode of Above the Noise with the Profitability Pathmaker. I'm Christy Wilson, and it's been an absolute pleasure to share this time with you. I hope today's journey has armed you with valuable insights and strategies to propel your business and personal brand to the next level. Remember, every setback is just a setup for a comeback. So keep pushing, keep dreaming, and never be afraid to be a little loud about your goals. We've got a whole world to impress, and I can't wait to see where your journey takes you next. Until next time, keep making waves and rising above the noise. Cheers to your success, and I'll see you on the next episode.